I'm excited to be here. I'm sorry, let me amp up the enthusiasm. Really excited to be here. My stepmom, she's like, you know, Max, I noticed you're really sarcastic to some people. Why is that? I'm like, I don't know, maybe it's a coping mechanism for stupid questions. She's like, well, have you ever used it on me? Never. I'm not from here. I went home to Seattle last week to see her and my dad. It was supposed to be my vacation, but she ended up getting appendicitis. That bitch. It was also a terrible weekend because I got an eye infection. I had to wear my glasses the whole time. So the guy driving me back to the airport turns to me and goes, you look like a sexy librarian. I turned to him and I go, that's a really inappropriate thing to say, Dad. Nah, I love going home. Every time I'm home, my dad gives me advice on how to get men. This time, he pulls up a YouTube video, or rather tries for 20 minutes till I pull it up for him. 10 minutes of random funny fart sounds. Like, Dad, why are we listening to this? Max, Max, Max. Guys love farts. You can entertain them with this. Dad, Dad, Dad. The way I entertain guys has nothing to do with what's coming out of my butt. I'm really shitty to my dad. He just doesn't realize it yet. Any dads in the room? Cool. We're safe. Well, because here's the thing. We can be as bitchy comes to our dads, us daughters, and they will never verbally confirm it. And I thought, like, okay, maybe it's just me being a super bitch to my dad, no one else is gonna relate to that, but there's a piece of physical evidence that tells me more girls are shitty to their dads than you realize. That piece of evidence is called the dad bod. It's not the loose bod, it's not the soft bod, which might be more descriptive. The dad bod, a body that is a product of dadness. So watch out for any of you guys. One of the comics mentioned he was getting ready to be a dad. Watch out, because I'm so sorry, but girls, we suck the life out of you. We take your time, we take your money, we take your sleep. We're like that half your age high maintenance girlfriend without the fun stuff. Sorry, dudes. Because the moment the ultrasound technician announces it's a girl, you look a little closer at that screen, see a little fetus in mascara staring back at you going, dad bod. I gotta work on my space work. That was a terrible can crush. But you got it. Homeless guy grabbed my boob yesterday. It was okay, it's fine. I mean, he didn't charge me as much as I thought he would. I was just minding my own business in a cafe, doing work on a laptop. He toddles in, walks around, I forget about him, and suddenly from behind, just boop. And the embarrassing part wasn't getting my boob grabbed. It was how long it took me to realize what was happening. My body's like, that's been a while. Huh. Thank God he didn't whip his dick out, because then I'd be like, huh. You know, you look really familiar. I'm sorry, it's just like, maybe I met like your cousin a year ago or something. Yeah, that must have been it. Sorry, it's not ringing a bell, man. It's been so long. The moment it happened, though, we had this really intense stare-off. Just both of us stopped, me looking at him looking at me, both of us frozen, wondering who was going to make the first move. I'd say he made it. Everyone in there could tell he was a little crazy, though. The woman working across from me put her hand on mine. She says, honey, I don't think he knows what he's doing. I'm like, duh, of course not. None of the men who touch me do. Everyone in there saw it happen, but like no one knew what to do because, serious question, like, how do you fight or even just physically defend yourself against a mentally ill person? You can't. You're always gonna look like a dick no matter what they do. You just have to swallow it. Like, again, really glad he didn't whip out his dick. Nah, it was sad. I feel bad in those situations because I was wearing a really padded bra, so I don't think he felt anything. But But he left immediately after, which to me is always a sign that a guy is satisfied. So, I don't feel bad. What do you think it does to your self-confidence to have a guy be mentally deranged in order to want to touch your tits? I'm having a winning year, you guys. The owner was really sweet. He came up to me after and, offered me free lunch. And of course I didn't take it. If a guy's touching my boobs, I'm getting free dinner out of it. My friends don't believe me back home in Seattle. I can't tell them these stories because they don't know jack shit about LA. They ask the stupidest questions. They're really trying, but they're like, what part of town do you live in? North Hollywood, but you don't know where that is. Or, does it ever get cold there? Sure, sometimes. What's your favorite thing to eat in LA? God, dick. What a silly question. Look at me. I don't know why I talk like I'm a prostitute. I am not remotely qualified for anything sex related. I have zero credibility in the sex field. After 2 years of no practice, they take your license away. When I moved to LA to be an actress, my actor friends and I would be like, oh, it's okay, if we can't make rent, we'll just be a stripper or something. Who the hell did we think we were? I could never be a stripper. I'm not morally opposed to it, I would just suck at it, and not in the good way. Have you seen the strippers here? I know you have. I'm not talking about the janky Northridge strippers, I'm talking about the downtown in Hollywood, imported from Vegas, pros. They are toned, they are teased, they know what the fuck they're doing. I'd be up on that pole, like the cat that the firemen have to rescue from the tree in your backyard, clinging to it all angrily like, guys coming up a ladder trying to give me dollar bills. Here, pussy, pussy. I'd make a terrible stripper. That kind of folds into my dating life. It's not going so well, so I asked a friend, why do you think I'm having trouble with guys right now? She's like, well, Max, you're a little intimidating. I'm like, that's ridiculous. And then I punched her in the throat. Thank you, you guys. You've been fantastic. Give that up again for your host.